Welcome to sunny Gothenburg. It's time to raise the flag outside the Swedish Congress and Exhibition Center.
My name is Svensson, and I'm the lead local organizer and tipsy chair of the EuCNC and 6G Summit 2023. When I'm not the conference organizer, I'm professor at Chalmers, where I'm leading the wild systems research. Dear distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor as the lead local organizer and chair of the technical committee of the 32nd edition of the European Conference on Networks and Communications that for the third year is co-organized with the 6G Summit. To welcome all patrons, authors, exhibitors, and attendees here today and online. In this dynamic era, where technology is transforming our lives at an unprecedented pace, the importance of robust communication networks cannot be overstated. The EuCNC and 6G Summit serves as a platform for fostering collaboration, knowledge exchange, and exploration of cutting-edge advancements in the field of mobile communications. After many years of active contributions to the EU mobile communications research community from 1G to 6G, we are thrilled to invite you again to the north of Europe, to Gothenburg, which is currently celebrating its 400th anniversary. Gothenburg is the home of the Chalmers University of Technology, which is the lead local organizer of the conference this year. Gothenburg is also home of several high-tech companies such as Ericsson, Volvo Cars, Volvo Group, SKF, Saab, Beyond Gravity, AstraZeneca, and several prominent SMEs. We hope you will all seize the opportunity to discover what this green city can provide when it comes to dining, museums, sites, and activities, as well as a visit of one of the world's finest archipelagos. The motto for EuCNC and 6G Summit 2023 is 6G for a green and digital transition. 6G is in an excellent position to help address most of the societal needs as identified by the United Nations Sustainability Development Goals targeted for 2030, which is the same target date as the rollout of 6G. To this end, 6G needs to be sustainable. It should look after its carbon footprint and enable other sectors to become sustainable by offering tools for increasing our handprint within the verticals. From a technical perspective, 6G should enable interactions between the human world of our senses, bodies, intelligence, and values. A digital world of information, communication, and computing, and a physical world of objects, processes, and organisms. To create such an Internet of Senses, it is foreseen that there will be a technical convergence in 6G of terrestrial and non-terrestrial communications, radio-based sensing, as well as computing and storage with artificial intelligence. We are very proud of the technical program with top-level keynotes, panels, regular paper sessions, special sessions, convened sessions, poster sessions, workshops, and tutorials. We have an outstanding lineup of exhibitors and with a speaker's corner and an outstanding social program. Here you have an opportunity to be interactive on the exhibition by voting for the best booth award, and that you do via the app. And then you can also have fun by playing bingo in the exhibition area by visiting each booth. And there you have a piece of paper in your conference bag where you do the marking in the bingo. This exciting conference program has been made possible thanks to exceptional contributions from the EU and global research community. The technical committee with volunteering co-chairs, TPC members, the organizing committee, steering committee, conference general chairs, the awards committee, meetings conference organizer, Swedish Exhibition and Congress Center, Chalmers staff and volunteers. Specifically, and with great gratitude, we would like to highlight the role of our patrons, Ericsson, Huawei, Nokia, Technology Innovation Institute, Keysight, Natural Instruments, Rohde & Schwarz, IMEC, Camcom, and Virginia Diodes, as well as our sponsors, the European Commission, Gothenburg City, CLETI, IEEE ComSoc, Eurasip, and UAIP, who have made significant contributions to make this extraordinary event a reality. On this slide, you see we have a marker up in the left corner. That is to indicate that this session is being streamed and recorded. We will do this in all plenary sessions, and it will be put on the website afterwards, and now it's being video casted, so I'm very happy to have online participations as well today. Some of the parallel sessions will also have media doing podcasting, recording for purposes in other channels. In those sessions, you will see this blue bubble as well, and there will be a sign on the door, so you are aware of that these activities ongoing. So we look forward to hearing about the latest research findings generated by all of you here at the EuCNC and 6G Summit 2023 from the 6G research programs all around the world.
Why do some things stay in your memory? We think that the details are as important as the big things. We believe in being genuine and open to the world. Our strategy is to always make a positive impact, to deliver perfect meeting experiences and memories for life. We offer closeness and a real care for nature. Everything is within walking distance, and we offer the entire city as a venue. We're a city of knowledge with 2 universities and 50,000 students. Here, brave ideas grow into great innovations. Whether you know it, we may already be part of your life. We have 4 distinct seasons that inspire our chefs. And our clear waters bring us some of the best seafood in the world. From wherever you travel, it's easy to get here. And we promise we will do our best to make it hard for you to leave.
So with this, I would like to introduce Håkan Eriksson. The floor is yours. Håkan is the first Deputy Lord Mayor of Gothenburg.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, on behalf of the city, I wish you all a warm welcome to Gothenburg. Gothenburg is a city of warmth. Gothenburg is a green and close city where nothing is far away. A sustainable city, open to the world. A city with rich industry and cultural heritage, home to workers, engineers, and entrepreneurs. Gothenburg was founded in 1621. And this year, and this summer in particular, we are celebrating our 400th anniversary, just 2 years late. Gothenburg was built and organized by the Dutch, Germans, and Scots, and has since undergone an exciting journey, embracing people, influences, and ideas from around the world. From developing into a prospering shipping and trading city during the 18th century, to becoming a diverse and lively city, full of design and food and culture, and the creative hub for innovation and research that it is today. And the desire to continually evolve with ideas and knowledge from around the world is showing even today. During recent years, Gothenburg has also developed into a world-leading destination for sustainable meetings. And I would like to take the opportunity to convey just how much we as a city value and appreciate conferences such as this one. It makes me proud that our city hosts meetings and conferences where distinguished scientists, academics, and specialists such as yourselves share their knowledge purposely, collaborating, take a step forward together. And it is an honor to host you, the European Conference on Network and Communications, and the 6G Summit. We are delighted to host this significant event that brings together professionals from across the globe to discuss the latest achievements and advancements in communication networks and technologies. When it comes to telecommunications, we have come extraordinarily far in the recent decades. Today we are dependent on and in many ways take for granted what was considered science fiction not that long ago. But this the everlasting desire to and the necessity for further progress and development is imperative. We need the continual advancement and development of 5G and communications as we know it, as well as take the 6G exploration further, advancing the new ideas and innovations that will shape the future of our connected world. Addressing vital topics such as network security, integrity, sustainability, and the integration of 6G with other emerging technologies. Being in the forefront and being as cutting edge as in research and development and as industries and businesses as we want and need to be. So again, you're very welcome to Gothenburg. And I hope you enjoyed the welcome reception yesterday at the Univ that we hosted. The museum, for those of you who weren't there, is a unique venue that brings together science and technology and entertainment for all ages. And I hope you will enjoy your stay here in Gothenburg, that you will have time to see as much as possible and experience as much as possible of our city while you're here. And I wish you all together will have prosperous days and beneficial meetings. Thank you.
Gothenburg, Sweden, the port of Scandinavia. Founded in 1621, it was literally built by the Dutch, and ever since, the basis of our city has been built on knowledge and ideas from all over the world. Today, the Gothenburg region and its 1 million inhabitants is about to take its greatest leap forward in modern history. By 2035, 100 billion euros will be invested in the region, and as business and commerce is expanding, the city is also set to grow by almost a third. Together we've come a long way, creating world-class science in everything from medical research to developments in the transport industry, as well as pioneering new technologies like graphene. But change like this doesn't come for free. That's why we're investing in innovations for an even more sustainable future. Welcome to Gothenburg, a city of innovation, a sustainable city open to the world.
Okay, thank you very much, Håkan.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to have you introducing the city and to promote and sponsor our conference. So as a sign of appreciation, we have a small gift.
Thank you so much. And good luck.
Thank you very much. So the next speaker during this opening session is Pearse O'Donnell. He's a Director of Future Networks at the European Commission, DG Connect, and Conference General Co-Chair. Very welcome. The floor is all yours, including the clicker.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tommy, Mr. Deputy Lord Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I see that some of you made it past the drinks reception last night, for which we are very grateful, but it always means that the first speakers at the start of EuCNC aren't always speaking to a full house. I don't have a problem with that, because there's a great program for the next couple of days with an awful lot of interesting things happening. But I would like to thank Tommy Svensson, the local organisers, the TPC chair and vice chair, but also, of course, the City of Gothenburg, for hosting us and for all of the organisation. As the European Commission, we are very happy to be supporting this conference. The EuCNC and the 6G Summit are very important annual events for us in which we can focus with you, the experts, the community, with regard to the development of advanced communications technologies. So it's what we are constantly referring to as beyond 5G and 6G. And that's really what I want to focus on, about our 6G vision. This is one of the few places where I have to apologize or explain why I'm talking about 6G and not talking about 5G. Obviously, the rollout and deployment of 5G is of massive importance right now to the European Union. We want, of course, to see it happen quickly, and I'll talk a bit about our targets. But already with you, we have to turn our attention to the future technologies and how we get to a situation in which Europe is in the lead with regard to 6G. So that's what really brings me here. And I'm going to start where I left off last year. So just to recap, we have in the European Union now our Digital Decade program, which sets out concrete targets with regard to the digital compass, which I had presented, which has 4 main themes. I'm not going to go through all of the details again, I assure you, but it's really in this case where we want to, with regard particularly to infrastructure, but also to business and the other societal goals which form part of this compass, that we want 5G, beyond 5G, 6G to contribute significantly to the development of the economy and to, of course, the development of society. And that is why we need to research, we need to innovate, but above all, we have to deploy these new technologies. And soon, actually, the Commission will be issuing another interim report. It's what we call the Digital Economy and Society Index, which will show the situation in the European Union with regard to specific targets and member state by member state scorecards. Member states are sometimes a little uncomfortable with that, but this is part of the peer group review that we promised we would have for this process, including the specific targets on 5G rollout, on corridors, on edge nodes, etc., etc. So very concrete measurables and KPIs. Now, moving on from that, and I hate graphics, just how are we going to support, in particular, the work that we are doing with regard to 5G and 6G? It starts, of course, with the funding initiatives. How do we support you, the experts, the researchers, the technologists, and, of course, Europe's companies? And that is through, obviously, the research under Horizon Europe, where we're preparing the technology, or rather helping you to prepare the technology, and of course incorporating increasingly what I would call the by design principles, which come from European political and regulatory objectives. Security by design, sustainability by design, human centricity, respect of the human and data protection by design, etc., which are hard, costly, but if everyone follows the rules, bears the same cost, we can have technology which serves the people and serves our societal goals. So we have to take account in our work, not just these, the spending programs. There's also the Connecting Europe facility, which is for the infrastructure, particularly cross-border infrastructure. And then there's the Digital Europe program, which seeks to develop capacity and, of course, ensure deployment. We then have the CHIPS Act. We have regulatory initiatives such as the Gigabit Infrastructure Act, which seeks to give a framework for the development and actual targets with regard to achieving our high-speed, low-latency, and reliability targets, as well as encouraging infrastructure investment, which is essential. One key instrument, therefore, is our joint undertaking on smart networks and services. And that is now a key element in our work program, a key element in our strategy, with strategic targets covering industrial leadership, sovereignty, or open strategic autonomy, as we like to refer to it. Then, of course, the work on the applications and really focusing in on what it is that beyond 5G and 6G will offer, but also require as part of an overview, a perspective on the entire connectivity and compute chain, so that we have an integrated view, and again, so that we are getting the best of the technology. And of course, as I've said before, the societal goals and sustainability, which underpin everything that we are doing now with regard to digital technologies. That is the framing ambition for our Smart Networks and Services joint undertaking, which is now reaching cruising speed. We are in a situation where we've already gone past the first set of calls, which are now leading to projects becoming up and running. Yesterday, with the member states, we had a discussion with regard to the work program for 2024. And that member state involvement is very important on strategic matters, on the guidance, because we are looking to harness Europe's technology excellence and turn it into technology leadership. But in the same time, of course, we have to meet those strategic challenges, the geopolitical situation that we are faced with, the climate situation that we are faced with, in order to ensure that Europe is being responsible, looking after itself, but contributing to well-being across the world. And that is why international collaboration is such an important part of the joint undertaking's work. Now, in all of that, in that ambitious objectives, we have a window of opportunity. Because the question is, it was on my title slide, the 6G vision, but what is that vision? Well, actually, this is why I'm talking about timeframes and processes, because it is for you, the community of 5G technologists, 6G technologists, of providers of equipment and services, to actually supply that vision, which we have to formalize very, very soon. Already you see that we are into, shall we say, 2023. We're a third of the way through that decade where we have set ourselves the goals of arriving not just at full 5G coverage and penetration, but at arriving at a stage where we're ready to launch 6G in 2030. And that is why we need to have discussions like this. That is why what is happening in the technical sessions, in the delivery of papers, and in the exhibition is so important for what we are doing. Because we are there, but we have to very quickly deal with the fact that we will have the work starting in the 3GPP by 2025, and an acceleration of the pace with regard to technology, with regard to research and innovation. And that is why this 6G vision is so important now. At the same time, we have to think about not just the 3GPP, but other standardization challenges. Because the technology challenges have already been identified, but have the potential output been clearly identified? Have we talked enough about not just the spectrum needs, but also then what are the spectrum bands that will be used to deliver? Can we have consensus starting in the ITU World Radio Communications Conference this year on a global approach to what bands might be used for 6G, rather than the fragmentation that we have seen with 5G in terms of spectrum bands? And then, once again, there are the external imperatives: security, reliability, sustainability, and of course, respect of the human and data protection. These are all issues which it is incumbent on us, the European Union, in our leadership role to ensure that they are hardwired into any vision and design for 6G. Here, getting back down to the tools we are using, the joint undertaking, SNS, is staged in 3 phases with regard to how we should deliver on that technology vision and how Europe should be in the lead with this technology leadership that I have spoken about. So that really brings me to the last element of what I've said. So much of what we are doing is designed to ensure that Europe is in a situation where we have technology leadership, where we have open autonomy, sovereign autonomy, the ability to supply to ourselves, and the ability to compete. But with the objective, with the goal of being able to work with others, to contribute and, we hope, strongly influence the standardization process so that European companies, and not just those European companies who are already global leaders, but SMEs, disruptors coming through with regard to that compute continuum from the center, from the core, right out to the far edge, where edge nodes and edge computing associated with artificial intelligence will be critical design elements, but also service offerings for even beyond 5G, but certainly for 6G. Will Europe be able to do that? Can we cooperate with our partners? So there are priorities for industry and there are priorities for government. Again, this is why we have a state representative group advising and closely monitoring the work of the joint undertaking, which is co-run by our industry association and the European Commission, to ensure that those strategic priorities are taken into account. The industry associations have engaged in a number of memoranda of understanding, which we welcome, which are very useful for developing that cooperation between technologists, between the different regions. And of course, we ourselves have been actively involved in discussions, whether it is through digital agreements that we have with different governments, to even the fact that I was much further north in Sweden last week, in Luleå, where we had a meeting of the Trade and Technology Council, which is the United States and the European Union working together on technology issues, at which 6G was discussed, quite extensively in fact, and where we came to a position in which we had a 6G outlook, which is on the way to an objective that the leaders, the Secretary of State, our Vice President, have set us, which is to have a 6G vision with the United States and even a roadmap as to how we get there. That's work which we are placing a significant burden on the shoulders of our industry, because of course it is the industry who can, to a large extent, decide, determine what it is that needs to go into that roadmap. And that is why when I speak to you about our 6G vision, it is actually how do we get there? How do we get to have that vision within the next year in order then to be able to deliver the research and the innovation at the end of it? So this global cooperation is essential in the context of strategic autonomy and also in the context of ensuring that the values that we hold so dear in Europe are actually hardwired into the technology which will become 6G. With that, I'd like to say once again, thank you to our hosts, to our co-hosts. I wish you all a very enjoyable conference, and I look forward to the discussions and the technical displays that we will have, and I look forward to working with you, the industry, the experts, over the next year or two with regard to implementing our 6G vision. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tommy.
For your great welcome address. So we have a small sign of appreciation also for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. So the next speaker is Magnus Frodigh, who is a Vice President and Head of Research at Ericsson, and is also Conference General Co-Chair. So very welcome, Magnus.
Thank you very much, Tommy.
Very welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
The floor is yours, the clicker is yours.
Yeah, thank you. So dear friends and colleagues, it's so nice to be here in Gothenburg, and thanks for all the program organizing and hosting us all here for this week. You have heard here from previous opening speakers that we are a little bit in a perfect storm when it comes to our technology. I think some of us has been around and we have always had a big excitement around it, right, when we have done the different generations. And now we are heating up here in front of 6G, and we are in the middle of the very important research phase. And I guess we are used to providing a technology which has changed our lives and how we are using communication today compared to 10, 20 years ago and 30 when we got the first mobile communication networks at scale. But now the technology is used at so much more. It's becoming a critical infrastructure for societies and for industries. So from being something providing telecommunication services, which has always been important, it's now sort of a foundation when it comes to competitiveness of different regions. And there is then a great sort of importance for the different regions to be in control and want to own and want to participate. And we are seeing this, that we have now investments and strategies and clear messages from the European Union backing up the work that we are doing. But of course, we are seeing that in all different regions in the world. So this conference then is very important. And it's important, of course, for the fact that it's nice to meet all of you again. I met quite a lot of my old friends yesterday at the reception. I'm looking forward to the discussion these days, but also a lot of new friends to be made, right? And I really hope that we take the opportunity to discuss the research results being presented, but also the possibilities of additional work. And I think we have a big responsibility. The fact that our technology, as I said, will be key for society. it will be a technology that can be an enabler to address the challenges we have in front of us. And in order to do that, it's really about the digitalization. But it's not only now the connectivity and connecting and sending the user data between applications. It's much more, right? Because we need to provide both the connectivity, we need to provide the compute with the edge compute and making this work together to provide this end-to-end, both from a connectivity and from a compute point of view. And then we need to make the data come through, right? So we are exposing the data out of these platforms in order to use the data-driven applications on top. And doing that, the potential is enormous. But we also, of course, need to be thorough when it comes to securing that the technology can be trusted. Of course, we have been working on encryption and privacy, but it now goes so much broader because we are having a technology which will be more mission critical. So we need to also address the robustness and the resilience. And then you get into this explainability, predictability of the technology. And if you can have that sort of explainability, you can also then talk about what are the ethical aspects of using the technology. So I think there is a lot of interesting discussions to be had here. Just to inspire you, I would like to end my opening here with showing a short video. Some of you have seen it, but I think it's worth watching again. And it shows a little bit how the digital and physical worlds are coming together and how we humans then are able to be in the blend of these two worlds. So we have this mixed reality type of applications in front of us. Let's roll the video. And I think there is a lot of innovation and research needed in order to make this possible, this future possible. So it's about connecting machines, provide safety, reliability. It's about having this opportunity of your personal assistant, and it's about these immersive meetings between people, right? You didn't see any technology or devices or things in this movie, but it's a lot of research and innovation needed. And I'm happy to be part of this journey, and I hope that we should work together on this. Thank you very much, and welcome to the conference.
Thank you, Magnus.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy.
Great to hear all your words, and as a sign of appreciation, and we will hear more from you quite soon. 9:45, we will start the keynote. So.
Yeah, this was a teaser. Then I will explain how to do it, right?
How to do it after.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So the next speaker is Erik Slottner, who's Minister for Public Administration in Sweden. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to come today, but he has sent us a video greeting to the conference.
Dear colleagues, dear friends, it is my pleasure to participate, however remotely, at this important event, gathering experts from all over the world to discuss future communication system. Cellular networks have evolved significantly with successive generations, marking significant milestones for mobile connectivity. Starting with 2G, allowing users to call and text each other on the move, to 3G that provided users with video calls and web surf, to 4G offering full social connectivity and making smartphones and tablets part of our everyday life. We are now in the middle of the rollout of 5G, which offers high speeds and low latency and will be a facilitator for smarter industry. By 2030, I believe that the potential for 6G will be enormous. It will provide super intelligent communication systems for industry applications, and it will simplify people's lives and increase communication anywhere, anytime, and for everything. However, 6G should be regarded as an emerging critical technology, and we must get it right. Without a common vision on 6G among democratic nations, there is a risk of having research, development, and standardization fragmented. Globally recognized standards organizations must remain the main vehicle of design and standardization towards performant and secure 6G systems. 6G standards must be set in a transparent manner in conformity with WTO principles on technical barriers to trade. 6G wireless communication systems should be secure, resilient, and affordable. They should contribute to closing digital divides in both developed and developing nations. The freedom of the individual and the fundamental rights must be guaranteed in the development of 6G standards. Safety and climate protection must be taken into account from the very beginning. We must combine and leverage our joint strengths within the framework of international research, collaborations to develop 6G technologies that are in line with democratic fundamental values. Like-minded countries need to actively and jointly prioritize 6G research and provide the tools needed for innovation. That will be the key to democratic technological leadership. The EU-US Trade and Technology Council has made important progress for the next steps regarding 6G development. The outcome of the recent ministerial meeting in Luleå, providing guiding principles, set us on a path towards a technological revolution for next generations to come. With sincere wishes to a successful conference. Thank you.
So since we still are in 5G era, I cannot teleport it. So we will ship it by traditional post soon. So thank you, Erik, and I will do it face-to-face later. With that, I would like to declare the conference, the EuCNC and 6G Summit 2023, officially opened. For me, rose is a sign of big hearts. It's a sign of welcoming, appreciations. So I hope you will feel the warmth from us, the appreciation, and feeling welcomed. This rose is made by my mother, during her last days before she passed away in March. She was an artist, so I thought I will share that with you. Welcome, and I hope you will have a great stay in Gothenburg and the conference.